How you doing today? In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about our Thanksgiving pie inspired teas. You heard me right. It's that time again. I love fall. I love all the flavors of fall. Of course, I love me some pie, Thanksgiving pie specifically. Now, friends, our tea is loose leaf tea. It has no sugar, no carbs, no calories. I'm probably going to say that a few times because each of these teas are inspired by very sweet treats. Thanksgiving pie, of course, right? I personally would rather eat my calories than drink them. So the tea has no sugar, no carbs, no calories. The great thing about this collection, we have got some tea with caffeine, some tea with none. So we want to satisfy your craving for pie with your cup of tea. Friends, again, my name is Joy. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea. We're a small company based in Northern Ohio, and we will ship anywhere in the United States. I can see that a fair amount of people are watching, but I won't know your name until you comment. So tell me below, what are you sipping on right now? Do you have a favorite that is coming back into inventory? In this video, I'm going to talk about our collection. We sell loose leaf tea. So we sell these 6 flavors together as a bundle. You will save money if you buy the bundle of 6. We do have it available in 2 sizes, but all of the tea are also available individually. First, though, before I talk about the pies, I want to make sure you know that our Advent Calendar 25 Days of Countdown collection is available now, only through November 5th. So it's kind of like a pre-order item. We're going to get all the orders in the next few weeks, and we are going to make them that first week in November, and then we will ship them. I know a lot of you give them as gifts. So again, this is just tea in this particular set, 25 little bags of tea. Each bag of tea, you get 2 servings of loose leaf tea, enough to make 16 ounces. So I know a lot of you have one of our stackable teapots that makes 16 ounces or a tumbler. So that's enough tea for 25 of those, or you could divide it in half and get 50 cups of tea. So again, the Advent Calendar or Countdown to Christmas, those are available now. You will get our 12 Christmas flavors. So right now I'm recording this in October. Our 12 Days of Christmas collection, I will do a live video on launch day, which is Sunday, November 3rd. They're not available yet, but you will get all 12 of those Christmas teas in the Advent Calendar. And then you'll get more. You'll get 13 more teas. But every one of our Advent Calendar collection bundle, they're different. They are going to be different. But I will say that you do have a choice between our gourmet set and our caffeine-free set. So those of you who live a caffeine-free existence and don't want any caffeine in your tea, we do have that option. The 12 Days of Christmas have 12 teas, 6 are black, 6 are caffeine-free. So of course you're only going to get the 6 caffeine-free if that's your desire. And then we'll give you even more fun flavors if you order the caffeine-free. But we've got a hard cutoff there on November 5th. Next up, I want to make sure that you know, before I start talking about Thanksgiving pie, we have our mulling spice back in inventory. That's kind of a fall favorite around here. Mulling spice, of course, orange and cinnamon and cloves. It's a spice packet that you can do anything you want with it. A lot of people do use mulling spice just with water on their stove top. It just smells fabulous. But mulling spice you can add to water and drink it like tea. You can add it to tea and, of course, drink it to tea. You can make a hot toddy with it. You can add it to wine. You can add it to cider. Whether it's cold or hot, I think you're really going to enjoy our mulling spice mix. I'm going to talk about 2 more while we are here. How's that connection, friends? Anyone watching live, can you tell me, are we having a connection problem? On my end, everything looks fine except for my usual green face. But I'm going to keep talking. I know, it's really funny that I bothered to put makeup on, and then the camera shows me as a green face. It kind of looks very Halloween-y, so I'm going to take it. I'm not going to get a new phone anytime soon. Okay, so anyway, first up, friends, it's National Apple Day today. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that we do still have an apple collection, which includes caramel apple cheesecake. I don't know about you, but this says fall, y'all. Absolutely. And it's not a part of our Thanksgiving pie bundle. but I would have to say it should be, right? It is definitely in the theme of Thanksgiving pies here. So caramel apple cheesecake, you guys know how much I love oolong tea. Oolong tea does not have as much caffeine as black tea does, but it's not grassy like green tea. It's nice and smooth and sweet, and absolutely fabulous with apple and caramel and a cream, a flavor. Hey there, Miss Joy. I'm sorry. Hey, Cindy, how are you? I hope that I'll see you next weekend in person. And if not, there's always the interwebs, right, Cindy? So again, friends, caramel apple cheesecake. This was part of our apple collection. We do still have an apple orchard inspired collection. So I wanted to make sure you knew that tea was still available. Also, a tea that, again, is not a part of the Thanksgiving pie collection, but I'd have to say it fits just fine in today's video, is our lemon meringue pie. This is a green tea. We carry this all year because it is fabulous. Green teas are nice and low in caffeine, high in antioxidants. This tea has that smooth, sweet lemon and vanilla. This is the lemon meringue, and I kind of wanted you to see all three teas next to each other. If you're new to loose leaf tea, you might not even know what they look like. This is a black tea. This is a green tea. So black tea isn't actually the color black. It's definitely more brown. Green tea is, though. Green is actually green. And then here we are with our red rooibos blend. Rooibos teas are known as the red tea, which has more to do with the bush and how it grows. But in my opinion, friends, I'm looking right at it. Again, I don't know if you can see the color on my screen, but this isn't really the color red. My shirt is. Even though this is called red rooibos tea, this is actually a brown color. And so it's funny how tea gets their names and don't necessarily look like anything. Hey, Bernita, how are you up there in Wisconsin? Friends, just one more time, we will ship anywhere in the United States. We do sell loose leaf tea. And now I'm going to start talking about our Thanksgiving bundle. So first up, I'm going to talk about all 6 teas that are available in the Thanksgiving Pie Collection bundle. You're going to see that you will save money if you buy the bundle. You'll get all 6 teas. You have 2 sizes available. So a ½ ounce makes about 5 to 6 servings, maybe even more. Some of these I think you're going to get more like 8 servings in the Try Me size, which is the ½ ounce. And the value size here, friends, this is our 2-ounce bag. This is what we're calling the value size. And this will make you at least 20 servings, if not 26, 28 cups of tea. Now, I say rough estimate here. Our brewing instructions are right on the package. So every tea is different. As you can see, this is a whole leaf black tea. And while the red rooibos tea are very, very small. So you're going to need a smaller scoop on this guy and a bigger scoop on this guy. So the brewing instructions, it's at least our recommendation, a place for you to start, a place for you to begin. It is on the package, how much tea to use, how hot to get the water, and of course the caffeine content. And I'm going to talk about all of that now. Okay, let's do butterscotch pie first. Yum-o, right? Butterscotch pie tea. Okay, full disclosure, friends, I live in Northern Ohio. I had to really search this out. Butterscotch pie tea is not actually very common in Northern Ohio. I think we eat a lot of pumpkin pie here. When I did a survey, pumpkin and apple definitely made top of the list, but butterscotch pie is quite common. It's just common in other parts of the country. So I really had to find one to make sure I had a taste test for making this tea. It's delicious. So this one's caffeine-free. It's a rooibos and honeybush blend, completely caffeine-free, high in antioxidants. There's great reasons to drink tea. Now, you can, of course, drink this tea cold. We highly recommend using boiling water, though, to steep it. I think it'll be much more flavorful. So, again, thinking of Thanksgiving pies, it's sweet. It is. It's a sweet tea. It's got butterscotch and caramel. If you didn't know, toffee crisps, very similar to caramel here. It's delicious. This is I would say, gosh, all of these are pretty good as a latte with steamed milk or cream, making it nice and rich and fabulous. Just like your pumpkin pie with whipped topping, right, on top. I was traveling this past weekend, made lots of new friends, saw some familiar faces, and the chocolate bourbon pecan pie is back. That was requested by one of our favorite friends, so thanks for coming to see me in person. Chocolate bourbon pecan pie, rich and decadent. Friends, this is a black tea, so it does have caffeine. Yes, of course, it has chocolate and pecans. Those notes come through, but our tea, again, no sugar here. So what we have done is we've used maple and caramel flavor notes to bring out the sweetness. Not every tea that we sell is naturally sweet, but we are having fun with the Thanksgiving pie theme. Next up, we have our Dutch apple pie. Dutch apple pie, this is back again, and this is this fabulous flavor here. Now, between you and me, Dutch apple pie technically is crust on the bottom and on the top. You could have like an open pie without it, but I love the Dutch apple pie. I love that flaky crust notes. I particularly love it when they do a glaze on top and then even more little sugar on top. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It brings the apples forward. Of course, this has spices to it just like apple pie does. It's got your cinnamon in it. But I will have to say, what is so notable about this is the flaky pie crust taste that I have achieved in this tea. We have other apple teas that definitely do not have that taste. That is why this particular apple tea belongs in the Thanksgiving pie tea collection. Next up, we're moving on to pumpkin cheesecake pie. Now, I know I just told you here at Sub Rosa Tea, we took a survey of our fabulous customers, and of course, pumpkin pie was number one, followed by apple pie. But I was inspired. I wanted to give you a rich, luxurious cup of tea, and I couldn't just give you a pumpkin. I couldn't. I had to kick it up a notch. Absolutely. So this is our pumpkin cheesecake pie. This is a blend of oolong and rooibos, two of my favorites to use as tea, nice and smooth. When you think about cheesecake, you think about nice and smooth, a great taste like that. So we do have our caramel to add sweetness. We definitely have those notes of a pumpkin pie. I don't know about you, but when I make pumpkin pie, I always flavor my crust too. I'm adding my spice blend to whatever crust I have, and it's running through the pumpkin. So here we've got our cream, of course, like cheesecake. We've got all those flavor notes of pumpkin pie too. It does have caffeine, but it is heaven with a splash of milk or cream. You got to make it as one of your lattes. If you have never made a latte, you can find the recipe on our website, but what you're going to really do is two different vessels. You're going to get your milk or cream or non-dairy, whatever you have here. You're going to get that warm separately than when you're steeping your tea. So you will double or triple the serving of tea that it says here. Whatever it says, if it says 1 teaspoon, go ahead and use 3 teaspoons in like just an inch of water. That's technically the ratio that you're going to see if you got a latte at a coffee shop. So steep that tea nice and strong, and when the two are both ready, marry them together. Personally, I'm done at this point. I love it. But if you have one of our honey stir spoons or your own local honey that you want to drizzle in, this would be the time. Thanksgiving pie. Absolutely, right? I say yes. Here we have our strawberry rhubarb. This is another tea that we get asked for all year. It has amazing depth of flavor. I'm really not surprised that we get asked for it all year. This is it here. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, here at Sub Rosa Tea, everything's all natural, nothing's artificial. So this is a black tea, and we've used a lot of berries to replicate the pie taste. Even though if you were to make a strawberry rhubarb pie, You might not grab a handful of berries. It has depth of flavor because of all the other ingredients. This is a cup of tea. We want to replicate that depth of flavor without adding any sugar or carbs. So here we've got our strawberries. We do have raspberries and elderberries, right, for all those vitamins. Now, if you're not familiar with rhubarb, I will say it can be awfully tart. Almost like a sour tart in a way. It's very interesting. But the sweetness of the berries picks it right up. It really is perfect. And when you're making a pie, what is the recipe? Like 3 cups of sugar? It's ridiculous to bring the flavor of rhubarb forward without it being so tart. It's just incredible. So here we are achieving it in a cup of tea. This, I have to say, is one of my favorites in this collection as an iced tea. I know some of you live in very warm climates. I totally get that. Here in Northern Ohio, it's kind of chilly. It is normally chilly on Thanksgiving. It's a very different vibe when it is 50 degrees versus some of you celebrate Thanksgiving when it's 85 degrees. You really might want iced tea. So this is one that really does taste like pie, but it's great. So my opinion for the strawberry rhubarb, steep it in cold water. Tea leaves right in cold water. This is also fun just to have fun. You can steep it in club soda, ginger ale, 7-Up. Friends, you can steep it in gin or vodka. Make a martini, right? Absolutely, sure. Got a little caffeine. Will take a couple minutes to steep it cold, but do it right in the fridge because I know you're going to want it nice and chilled. Last but absolutely never least is our sweet potato pie. This was harder than you can imagine to conjure up as a tea. Lots of depth of flavor here. So while we did actually use dried sweet potatoes, you're going to see those bits in there. We also have dried carrot bits. So it really adds to the earthiness of a sweet potato pie. It's a very specific taste, very light on the spice, but we've used a lot of ingredients to bring out sweetness. So it tastes like pie. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of year. I'm a foodie. I love it. I really feel like I have mastered all my recipes at this point in life. I know exactly what I can make in 2.5 hours, what I can prep, what I'm cooking, when I'm ready to sit down. I refuse to allow it to take any longer than that. It is not fun for me. I don't like to overindulge and overeat. I know I like to have a plan, and I love to have a delicious cup of tea afterwards. That is always my goal. I don't like that feeling of being stuffed and, oh, I couldn't possibly. Oh no, I absolutely don't want to be stuffed. I absolutely want to have room for a cup of tea right after the meal, and again a few hours later. So this was really a fun collection to work on. I will say, for those of you who are still here watching the video, next week, no live video. It's my 1 weekend off until, oh gosh, April, I think. I'm always live on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. We've got the whole calendar already done. So the next live video will be Sunday, November 3rd. That's when we'll talk about the 12 days of Christmas. We do have new flavors this year in that particular collection. And then our Christmas cookie inspired collection will be out on November 17th. So you mark those calendars, okay? Make sure you join us live. You can, on our Facebook page, Sub Rosa Tea, of course, we create events. So if you click going to a Facebook event, that should send you a notification. If you download our mobile shopping app, you should have gotten a notification when we were live. And of course, you can always watch the replay on YouTube and Instagram and on our website. So I want to say thank you for your time, friends. I really do appreciate it. And no matter what you do with the rest of your time, have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.